How Glenn Miller's mysterious disappearance continues to intrigue music lovers. Glenn Miller, the renowned bandleader, disappeared on a fateful flight from England to France on December 15, 1944. Since then, the circumstances surrounding his disappearance have captivated millions of music enthusiasts worldwide. At the peak of his career, and only 40 years old, Miller left an indelible mark on the music industry with his unique big band sound. Hits like In the Mood, Moonlight Serenade, American Patrol, and String of Pearls catapulted his popularity, earning his band over £1 million annually. When America joined World War II, Miller enlisted as a captain and later became a major, leading the United States Air Force Band in Europe. It was during his time in this role that he planned to visit Paris for a Christmas broadcast. Typically, such arrangements would be handled by the band's manager, but Miller took it upon himself to make the trip. Despite fog warnings, he departed from Twinwoods Airfield in Bedfordshire in a single-engined Norseman D-64 aircraft, accompanied by a pilot and another American officer. Tragically, neither the aircraft nor its occupants were ever seen again. Despite extensive searches, no bodies or wreckage were recovered. The prevailing theory at the time suggested that the light aircraft iced up and crashed into the English Channel, leading to the drowning of those on board. However, this official explanation faced criticism and skepticism, with many refusing to accept it. As Miller's name and music continued to resonate around the world, various intriguing theories emerged about his fate. One of the most recent and startling claims came from John Edwards, an English businessman and former RAF pilot who has spent over 12 years and approximately £10,000 investigating Miller's disappearance. Edwards contends that Miller was not on board the Norseman aircraft when it crashed. Instead, he asserts that the band leader was murdered in Paris 3 days after the plane vanished. Edwards alleges that Miller, known for his womanizing, died from a fractured skull in Pigalle, an area notorious for its criminal activities and prostitutes. According to Edwards, authorities covered up the scandal by claiming that Miller was aboard the lost aircraft. Edwards supports his theory with evidence he has collected over the years. He claims to have spoken to an individual who asserts that Miller safely landed the ill-fated Norseman after a short flight to Bovingdon Airfield in Hertfordshire. It was only after landing that Miller switched to a Dakota aircraft and successfully reached Paris. Edwards also points to the lack of a comprehensive inquiry and the vagueness of certain records such as the aircrew report and weather conditions as indications of an official cover-up. Intriguingly, a retired US Air Force Lieutenant Colonel recalls being informed by the Provost Marshal's police office in Paris that Miller had been murdered. Additionally, Edwards highlights that an American military doctor in Paris purportedly signed Miller's death certificate. Furthermore, a band member close to Miller allegedly acknowledged that his boss was murdered in Paris. These pieces of information, combined with Edwards's tireless research, have led him to believe in an alternative narrative. In a surreal séance session at the now derelict Twinwoods Airfield, an English medium named Carmen Rogers claimed that she could peer into the past and witness the events surrounding Miller's disappearance. According to Rogers, she saw Miller walking to the aircraft accompanied by 2 other men. Miller appeared disturbed and worried about personal and other matters, expressing a desire not to make the trip to Paris. Feeling ill and fearful, Miller asked the pilot to land as soon as possible, which he did on the Essex side of the Thames estuary. After landing, Miller made a phone call to London and orchestrated his own disappearance. Over the years, countless theories have emerged regarding Miller's fate. Some suggest he was a spy on a top-secret mission gone awry, while others propose that he was so severely injured in the crash that he chose to live in secrecy. The idea of amnesia or mistakenly being shot down by a British fighter over the Channel has also been put forth. Although various wrecked wartime aircraft have been discovered in the Channel, none have provided definitive answers regarding Miller's disappearance. As a result, the death of the man who entranced the world with his big band hits remains shrouded in controversy. However, for some individuals, the quest to solve the mystery carries a special incentive. It is rumoured that when Miller left England, he carried a briefcase containing original scores of his music that had never been played. The discovery of these intact scores would undoubtedly be a treasure trove for the fortunate individual who finds them. In conclusion, Glenn Miller's disappearance continues to fascinate music lovers worldwide. While the official explanation points to a tragic crash in the English Channel, alternative theories suggest Miller met a more sinister fate in Paris. Whether he perished in the crash or orchestrated his own disappearance, the enigma surrounding his death adds an air of intrigue and mystery to his enduring legacy. As time passes, the hope of uncovering the truth behind Miller's final moments remains a tantalizing prospect for those captivated by his musical genius.